Let's let the sound of the next bell take us to the deepest place within us. Namaste, beloveds. I first want to say welcome home to Neil and Beer. I'm so glad you're back. I know you were here last Sunday, but I didn't get to see you, so you make a difference here. Thank you for being here. Can we give them some love? All right, and I would now like to introduce our musician for the day, Travis Hogue. Woo! Our very own Travis Hogue. Let's see, I don't have his bio, but I think we just read his bio last month. So as a reminder, he has a special fondness for monkeys. That doesn't explain why he loves me, okay? I'm no monkey. So I believe we're going to have lyrics on the screen over here. Yes, Travis? Yeah. All right, so we can, do you want us to stand? Yes, please. All right, let's stand for our first couple of songs.
I am so happy to be with you guys today. So this song is called The Healing Song, and I'm going to invite Reverend Susan up. She's going to be doing some spoken word in here. Now, so a little logistics on this song. After the third verse, and I'll let you know, kind of slow it down, Reverend Susan will come in with and anchor these beautiful lyrics of The Healing Song. And for those of you that have not heard this song before, it'll be easy. Just jump in whenever you can. Singers, here's our key. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy. It should be joy. Yeah. And we're gonna do that one again. Sorry. Here we go. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it peace. Peace fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Peace fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. God fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. God fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does.
All healing energy flows through me now. Harmony, balance, vitality. That glorious wisdom that creates and sustains health is mine. I live in divine well-being now and in all ways.
Yeah, joy. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Ooh, beautiful. Thank you so much. Reverend Susan's debut for spoken word. All right. That was beautiful. You guys sound great. You're already tuned up. Okay. This one is a beautiful one written from our brother from another mother, Jamie Lula. It's called We Are the Harvest. And I invite you, if you haven't heard it before, it's easy. Just jump right in. Here are the lyrics. Or here's our key, actually. There's our lyrics. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap again. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am. That I am. That I am. That I am. Again. Oh, I am. That I am. That I am. That I am. We are the ones. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap again. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am. That I am. Beautiful. That I am. That I am. Oh, I am. That I am. That I am. That I am. We are the ones. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest we reap. Big finish. We are the harvest we reap. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Beautiful. All right, friends. While you're on your feet, please turn to one another and offer the Namaste greeting. Namaste. 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 Namaste to everyone. Namaste. Namaste to our tech team, Brian and Matthew. Gina, I know you're here somewhere. Namaste to our love streamers. I'm so glad you are here with us. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. All right. And then as you take your seat, please take a moment to silence your cell phones or whatever noise-making devices you may have. Namaste, beloveds. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I am the spiritual leader here. I use she, her gender pronouns, and the land upon which we gather is the unceded territory of the Chumash and Salinan people. It is my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. So we exist to raise the vibe, and we envision a joyful, happy world. We have an affirmation for today, and it's the same affirmation we've been using all month. I invite you to please repeat after me. I relax. I trust. I am spirit-led. I relax. I trust. And so it is. All right, and our pulpit support for today is Reverend Susan, so she's going to make her way up here. And as she does, I want to call your attention to this salmon-colored form that was in your program when you picked it up on your way in. And if you didn't pick up a program, you can pick up these forms at our prayer table to my left over here. And what this is a prayer request form. Now, we are a community who believes in the power of prayer, and we also happen to love to pray. And so there's a soul support team of 7 of us who, when you fill out your prayer request, we will pray over that prayer for the week. And the invitation is, if there is something that is weighing heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe you're looking to manifest something in your life, like a new relationship or a new car, whatever it is, even if you're just like, I'm so grateful that my life is so awesome and I just want to amplify this. You know, you can do that too. We love all opportunities to pray. And then you can fold this up once you fill it out and place it in the offering basket when it comes around at the end of the service. Or you can bring it over to our prayer request box and place it in there. And if you're tuning in on the live stream, we want to make sure that you have an opportunity to send in your prayer requests also, and you can send those to info by email, info@awakeningways.org, with the subject line of prayer request. And this is for everyone in the room also. If you are driving away and think, oh, I should have submitted a prayer request for this thing, no problem. Just email us on that same way, info@awakeningways.org with the subject line prayer request. And then Reverend Susan is going to be available in the foyer after the service for spiritual mind treatment. These are 1-minute miracles. And so it's going to be a quick laser focus of Reverend Susan getting to the and what's answered prayer going to be for you, and then she will do a powerful prayer. If you haven't had an opportunity to be in prayer with Reverend Susan, I highly recommend it. She's pretty powerful. All right, and then finally we have, there's 2 more things. We have Kristen Barnhart up here in the front row. Kristen is a practitioner emeritus, and she's holding space for this service. So she's holding the high watch in a meditative state. And so we're grateful for her. There's nothing wrong. She's just in her space, and she'll come out of it towards the end of the service, and we'll see her like, hey. All right, and then the other thing is that we have an additional opportunity for those of you who want to go deeper into uncovering hidden beliefs or to discover why it is you're behaving in a particular way and repeating patterns, but you actually want to break those patterns. You can schedule an appointment with a practitioner or a minister, and then everyone's info is actually on the program. And also, I believe we have our info on the website, so you can email, call us, and set something up for like an hour session. I think that's it. I'll turn it over to you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Good morning again. So I have a reading here from our book of the year, which is 365 Days of Richer Living by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker. And when I read these words, then I'll follow with a prayer. So I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable and just sort of settle into your chair. Now, these words are spoken in the first person, and I invite you to claim these as your own. Spirit dominates my whole experience. There is so much of spirit everywhere in my life that I cannot see any opposite. My health cannot know disease, and my prosperity cannot know decrease. I am completely convinced that God is the only power, mind is the only reality, and love is the only atmosphere. Evil is a word without meaning. I perceive the truth, and the truth has set me free from all false speculation. Within me, around me, and through me, there is nothing but pure mind. I bask in its eternal embrace. I think in the eternal consciousness of good. Those words capture the very truth that God is all there is. It is the thing that birthed every single thing into existence, all things. And that includes me. And that includes every other person and everything. We are swimming in this world of divine expression, each of us shining our lights in a particular way that is unique to us. And I know that that beautiful, loving spirit, that consciousness of good, woke us up this morning and brought us here today. Whether we're tuning in on the love stream or we're in this room, we are here today together by divine appointment. And I know that there is something here for every single person. It comes to us in so many ways. It comes through the music and the heart of love that is expressed by Travis and by Neil. And I know that the word of truth that is spoken by Reverend Elizabeth is a divine creation. It started as an idea in the mind of God, and Reverend Elizabeth is bringing it into form here in this room for us. And I know that God has something for each and every person here. There's some aha for each person. There is some deep knowing for each and every person. And so I am so grateful for that. I'm grateful that we are all here. I am grateful for the healing and the love and the transformation that is occurring for each of us. And I know that when I speak my word of truth into that creative action of the law, it is so. It is done. And so I can release this prayer with great love and gratitude. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you. Take that. Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, my friends. Well, now we're going to have an insight talker, and I'd like to invite Lori Meininger up. She is going to deliver a 5-minute power talk on being spirit-led. And some of you may not be aware of this, but Lori is actually the one that connected me with this book, which is our book of the month for this month, Outrageous Openness, Letting the Divine Take the Lead. And it's been so wonderful. And of course, she needed to do a power talk on it, right? Let's give her some love. Thank you. There's your mic.
Well,
What?
good
Sorry. My bad. This one here.
There we go.
There you go. Sorry about that.
Good morning. So all month, as Reverend Elizabeth just said, we've been reading this book and talking about this theme of spiritual surrender. And I feel so honored to be invited to come and speak in connection with all of that. So I know that I'm pretty new in this community, but anybody who knows me well would know that I am and have always been a so-called overachiever. I've had 2 very successful careers. I've enjoyed lots of success in my life, and I even have plaques on my wall to prove it. And for the longest time, I thought that I was the one making it happen. That I was the one making it happen according to my will, my intention, my direction with other people, bringing all of our accomplishments to fruition. And what's true is that I've had success. We've all had success because success is our birthright. It's for all of us. But for the longest time, what I lacked was an understanding that I was co-creating this, right? That being divinely guided was actually the success, and it wasn't me alone. For the longest time, a long time ago, I had a magnet on my refrigerator that said, if it is to be, it's up to me. Some of you know that expression, right? Yeah, what I know now is if it is to be, it's up to us. So I wanted to share just a quick story about how it got to be standing here this morning. About 2 years ago, almost to the day, let me back up. I moved here from Durango, Colorado, a little mountain town, gets lots of snow in the winter. My husband passed away very unexpectedly, a year into his retirement. And for several years after he passed in the winter, I got out every morning and shoveled the snow to get my car out of the garage to go to work. And I was a mess. I was so stuck in my grief of his passing, but what was going on in my head a lot of the time was, this isn't fair, this bad thing has happened to me, like all of this stuff. And one day, and this is where Spirit intervened. It was very early in the morning, and it was quiet, and it was just me and a snow shovel, shoveling the snow. And I stopped, and I looked around, and it was gorgeous. The snow was sparkly, the sky was blue, and instead of being upset about shoveling snow, I got this message that said, look at you, you can shovel snow. You have the muscles to do that. And it instantly placed me in a space of such gratitude that the thing that I had been struggling with, this idea of like, should I stay, should I go, I want to move to California, but I love it here, instantly that well of gratitude made it possible for me to know that it was okay to go. So, 2 years ago, in my spiritual practice in the morning of being still, and what came to me, and I actually have the tattoo, which I got in Bali when I was on pilgrimage with some of you, living out of this idea of being still and knowing. So from the scripture, be still and know that I am God. So camping in Morro Bay with my brother and sister-in-law 2 years ago, doing my little meditation in the morning, and what came to me was something, actually it was a few weeks ago in the 365 Days of Richer Living, the invitation to allow heaven to happen to me. So that day, we happened to go to late lunch at Tognazzini's Dockside Cafe. And it happened to be a Wednesday when Mark Stanton Walsh was playing music. And it happened that my brother knew Mark Stanton Walsh because he'd come to Arizona to play in the Unity Church that my brother had started there. And it happened that I asked Mark, hey, I'm looking for a Unity Church. And Mark happened to say, go to the pavilion in Atascadero on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. Right? And it happened that day that it was Eddie Watkins Jr., and my brother and I were like, oh my gosh, who are these people? And it happened that you were all so welcoming and so loving that I knew in that moment that this was the community for me to move to. So here I am, for better or worse, knowing that when I'm still, and when we're all still, the knowing is there, right? I need to just cut out all of the busyness and the conversation about all the things going on. So I'll just finish by saying that day of shoveling snow is the day that I feel like I regained my serenity and understood again, hopefully more this time, about surrendering into that and being led by Spirit, and that not letting those things, the conversations in my head, be the thing that disturb me, but rather instead, through that practice, waking up every day, inviting heaven to happen to me. And so in that surrender, I know that heaven is happening for me, through me, as me, just as it is for each and every one of us. So may we be in heaven.
I know. Holy smokes. Yeah. Yeah, I got wet eyes. All right. Following that. Wow. Well, I'm going to share this song with you. And this song came out Friday. Yeah, Friday. These words. And it's definitely led by Spirit. And that's the name of it. And if you guys would, the words came out as a chant, and I would be honored for its debut into this world to be birthed by you. So if you guys could please stand, and the lyrics will be over here. So I'm going to teach you the chorus. And it goes a little like this. So let me sing the chorus, and then we'll go into it. Okay. So here's the chorus. Led by Spirit, let it flow. Rev Elizabeth, here we go. We surrender, we believe. Spirit leads and we receive. All right. So that's the chorus. I release what I can't control. I open up and free my soul. I trust the nudges soft and clear. I feel that Spirit's always near. Led by Spirit, let it flow. Rev Elizabeth, here we go. Free surrender, we believe. Spirit leads and we receive. All right. Now that was pretty good. But if you're fancy, and I know some of you in here are fancy, when it comes to the part where we say, here we go, shout it out. Okay, verse 2. No more forcing, no more fear. Joy is rising, love is here. Synchronicity lights the way. We say yes and we're led today. Led by Spirit, let it flow. Rev Elizabeth, here we go. We surrender, we believe. Spirit leads and we receive. All right, take it from the top. I release what I can't control. I open up and free my soul. Trust the nudges soft and clear. I feel that Spirit's always near. Led by Spirit, let it go. Revelation, then here we go. We surrender, we believe. Spirit leads and we receive. No more forcing, no more fear. Joy is rising, love is here. Synchronicity lights the way. We say yes and we're led today. Led by Spirit, let it flow. Rebel Elizabeth, here we go. We surrender, we believe. Spirit leads and we receive. Woo! Yeah! Thank you so much.
Wow, that was awesome. Woo! Nice job on the gong, Neil. Woo! There's an exclamation point, yeah? I love it. I love it. And I love you. All of you. Hello, spiritual family. Hello. How's everybody doing today? I felt like we were going up on a roller coaster. Here we go! Tick, 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 tick. You know that sound? Tick, 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 right? Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Wow. It's such a great day to be alive. And I'm so grateful to be here with you to wrap up the Seed of Awakening for the month of June, Spiritual Surrender. Thank you so much, Lori. That was so beautiful. We could honestly just be done right now. And so it is time for the offering, right? I got a few minutes left, though, so we'll squeeze in a little bit of story here. You know, being spirit-led is a beautiful thing. And what I've noticed is that it's always leaving these spiritual breadcrumbs for me. And it's up to me to follow those breadcrumbs. Will I, or will I go off in another direction, you know? And what I've noticed is that when I follow the breadcrumbs, it's always more mighty and magnificent than I could have ever imagined or created, even thought of on my own. You know, it's beautiful. It's amazing. And this week, what kept coming up, there's a story that kept coming. And this is my experience, you know, pretty much weekly. Things come in, and then I think, well, I don't want to talk about that. But Spirit's like, talk about that, talk about that, talk about that. And then I have to figure out how to work it in, you know, and it always works out. And so the story that I have for you this morning is about Nehemiah. Now, this is a story from the Bible, so let me include a disclaimer also. And that disclaimer is that I want you to listen with the ears of a metaphysical story, a metaphor, right? And not a literal explanation. Does that make sense? Okay, good. All right, so Nehemiah was actually the king's cupbearer in Persia, and he was living a very comfortable life. He was happy with the way things were. And then he heard that Jerusalem's walls were still in ruin after the exile, leaving the people vulnerable, and he prayed. And then he asked the king for permission to go and help rebuild the walls. And the king not only said yes, but he also gave him supplies and an escort to go and do this work. Now, once he was there, Nehemiah was inspired. He knew that this was his to do, right? He knew it. And he couldn't have thought of this on his own, so it was absolutely divinely guided. He knew it was his to do. And he rallied the people. He rallied them, and it was time to start rebuilding together. And And eventually, some adversaries came along, and the adversaries mocked them and threatened them, and even spread some rumors to try everything they could to stop this great work that he was doing. Now, Nehemiah stationed guards along the rebuild path to ensure that the people working had some protection. So the people working also actually had tools in their one hand and then like a weapon in their other hand to ward off the adversaries, right? Now, the adversaries invited Nehemiah to a special meeting on several occasions. The adversaries pretended that they wanted to talk peace to Nehemiah, but he saw right through it, right? They planned to impede his progress. He was on a mission. And so 4 times they asked, 4 times, and each time he replied the same thing: I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down. Now, he thought, why should this work cease while I leave it and come down to you? And so he ended up staying focused, and the wall got finished in just 52 days. That's mighty and magnificent. And his adversaries were absolutely silenced. And so what this is a great example of is about us not letting distractions pull us off of what matters to us in our lives, right? We have this one special, extraordinary life in these bodysuits that we're living, yes? And then we go on forever and ever expanding into some other form, yeah? And so the calling is for us to stay focused on what Spirit is calling you to do, even when the distractions come knocking, because they do. Can anyone relate to that? Yes. And so Nehemiah shows us that changing our thinking actually begins with refusing to let distractions hijack our focus. And that's whatever it is that you're focused on, right? So when those adversaries kept calling him down from the wall, he wouldn't argue, he would not negotiate. He simply said, I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down. Wow, I was thinking more and more about this and thinking like, I need to like have a tattoo right here. I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down, because what that means to me is that in my spiritual life, the adversaries of my mind are working in the same exact way as with you, right? So the adversaries in our minds are working the same way: fear or doubt or bitterness or old habits, trying to pull us down from the wall that we're called to build, whatever it is for you in your own life, right? Whatever that is. And then the shift actually happens, when you change your thinking from I have to respond to this to this is not worthy of my attention right now. So I'm talking about real transformation that comes from protecting our focus, right? It comes from protecting our focus. Every time the mind starts spiraling into some level of worry or some level of negativity, we can literally say to ourselves, I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down right now. So it's a practical way to actually take every thought captive. And taking every thought captive actually means to actively monitor our mental landscape and evaluate our thoughts against the truth. Evaluating those thoughts against the truth and replacing negative, anxious, or unhelpful ideas with disciplined, constructive thinking. Now, I'm preaching to y'all, but I'm preaching to myself too, okay? Right? Because there's no difference between us. I mean, I may have had some different schooling, but I'm on the spiritual path just like all of you, and we're all on different sections of that path, right? And so this is absolutely, to me, I found myself in experiences over the past week of being pulled into some negative thinking, and it was like, what's happening? And it occurred to me, wow, it's so easy. We're so easily influenced by who we are surrounded by, right? Whether it's social media or groups that you participate in, or maybe your friends, if somebody's, upset about a certain thing, then, can you guys relate to this? All of a sudden you're upset about it too, but you didn't even know about it 5 minutes ago, right? And then you're like, wow, I don't feel so good when you leave the situation. I'm doing a great work and I cannot come down. That's what that's about. And Ernest Holmes did this exact thing where he would sit in meditation and the thoughts would come, and he would listen to that thought and ask himself if that was true. And a lot of times it wasn't true. And so then he would say, well, what is the truth then? And then that's how he continued to grow and expand, right? So that's what we're all doing here, right? We're growing and becoming more of who we came here to be by letting go of who we're not, by remembering that we're doing a great work and we cannot come down. We are powerful and mighty, magnificent beings. And then 2 Corinthians 10:5 says, the wall gets finished when you stop leaving the work every time something tries to pull you down. Wow, that's so powerful, right? So again, the wall, your project, your thing is completed when you stop leaving that work every time something tries to pull you down, and that something is our thinking, right? The negative thoughts or whatever it is that comes up that distracts us, because that's all the negative thoughts are, distraction. Distraction. And so, number one, we want to recognize distraction and know that those adversaries of your mind will try to pull you down, and ask yourself, what's trying to pull me off the wall right now? And then refusing to leave the work. So Nehemiah's response was simple and firm. I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down. So in your own mind, when you start to go to a place of doubt or fear or worry or anxiety, I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down right now. And these are for, those negative patterns that we tend to cycle through. I'm not talking about, there's such thing as a healthy fear, right? That's fine, but I'm talking about those cycles, that pattern that keeps repeating, that is just old behavior, like, thank you for reminding me of how I used to be, because that is not who I am. I'm doing a great work and I cannot come down. And so this community, Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, is doing a great work, and we cannot come down. We cannot afford to go into fear or doubt or worry. We're doing a great work. And I think that is true for everyone. So I'm so grateful. And then, changing your thinking means deciding that some things are not worthy of the mental energy that we're giving it. Now, the third piece is finish the wall. Finish the wall. When we protect our focus, the work gets done. The walls of peace, clarity, and faith get rebuilt faster than we expect. In Nehemiah's case, it was 52 days. That's fast, right? That's fast. Transformation. And so think about what your life might look like if you stopped coming down from the wall, stopped coming down from the project that you're working on, the thing that you're building. And also, if we were to take every thought captive as we stopped coming down from the wall, right? Look at it, and then counter it with what the actual truth is, So the adversaries didn't just go after Nehemiah. Again, they worked to stir up fears and rumors and division among the people rebuilding the wall, even making threats and mockery and saying, hey, let's come and talk. And it was like baloney, right? And he knew it, and he was just like, no, I'm doing a great work and I cannot come down. So in New Thought terms, which is what this story is about, it's group mind or race consciousness, right? So it's the collective field of thought that defaults to negativity and scarcity and fear. And so the calling is for each one of us individually to stand in our spiritual authority. And that is spiritual surrender, because we are surrendering to the truth, which is the divine idea, and letting go of the smallness of illusion, the smallness of the little me, the small ego. Are you guys with me? Yeah. All right, so it's the herd mentality that says it can't be done, they're all against us. Join the outrage so you're not left out. And then if you're in your families or your friend circles, then that can tend to amplify that sort of mentality very quickly, right? So it's just fascinating to me that the opposite is also true, right? The opposite is also true, and it's such a great reminder that we have influence. We have an influence on the experience that we're having of our lives. We can't control every single outcome. Things happen, right? But we have an influence on it, and we can use our influence to create our life as a life, co-create our life as a life that we love, as a life that we want to experience. Who wants that? Right? Yeah, woo! And so I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down. Why should the work cease while I leave it and come down? It's just like taking that spiritual high road, keeping your focus, keeping your mind stayed on spirit, Powerful. And so this is surrender. And it's surrender not to the group mind, but to spirit. Surrendering any need to please the crowd. Surrendering the habit of reacting to every negative invitation. Surrendering the ego's desire to engage in drama. And when we stay on the wall, that's when we're truly spirit-led. When we stay on that wall, we are spirit-led. And it is that still, small voice that Lori spoke of. Be still and know. It's that still, small voice that can only guide you when you're not constantly descending into the noise of collective fear or collective negativity. That means, some of us get sucked into the news cycle, right? Or whatever cycles you find yourself in. If we get sucked into that, we can't hear, we lose sight of that still small voice. And it occurred to me, Spirit was saying, don't allow yourself to be intoxicated by doubt, fear, and worry. And Spirit dropped that in, and I just loved that because, hey, I'm in recovery, right? I can't get intoxicated by anything, especially fear, doubt, and worry. Fear, doubt, and worry, no. And so what we're truly called to do and be is to know our what and do not be moved. Know your what. What is the thing that you want to experience for yourself in your life? Know it and do not be moved. That's the same thing as I'm doing a great work and I cannot come down. I have a vision and I'm not going to be moved into thinking that the vision is not happening. Are you with me? Yeah. So whatever it is that you're looking to create for yourself in your life, that's what this is all about. Whatever that is that you're looking to create for yourself in your life, the what, know your what and do not be moved. Do not be moved. It's easy to be moved sometimes by that seductive questioning and self-doubt, and maybe it's not going to happen, and where's this going, and all of that. Know your what and do not be moved. Now, spiritual breadcrumbs are so amazing, and so a similar story with Lori's that is about moving from the Bay Area to here. And things were happening in my life that were it was like kind of spiraling, and I felt like I was a hamster on a wheel, going, trying to make ends meet, doing all this, contractor work here, driving all over creation. In the Bay Area, it's a big deal, okay? Driving all over creation, and just, I was getting tired. I was tired. And I knew something had to change, and then there was this one thing that happened, one experience, and I happened to be on vacation in Hawaii with my family, and this one little tiny thing that happened, and I said, that's it, I'm out of here. And it was so interesting because the thing was kind of a meaningless thing, but it really had me go, listen to spirit within me, right? And go, maybe it's time for something completely different. And fast forward, my parents were in Grover Beach, and I ended up moving to Grover Beach and then reconnected with Travis, who obviously you know how that turned out. And then, ended up at Central Coast, and there were just like a constant stream of breadcrumbs that I was following, right? And that happens when we really let go of our perception or our need to define what's going to happen, yeah? And so just a beautiful, beautiful experience. And truly, I could not have planned that the way all of that went down. It was as if Spirit was saying, this thing is happening. There's like this divine plan, and I was tapping into it and tapping into that divine plan, knowing something's got to shift, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go with the shift and be okay with that discontent and allow it to do what it will do. And so the point is, God has mighty and magnificent good in store for you in your life, beyond what you could imagine right now. You may think you have this great grand idea of what your life is about to be like, what you're about to experience, but Spirit has so much more in store for you. Yeah, it really does. Ernest Holmes observed that Spirit has good for me far beyond my present human comprehension. Yeah, we don't even know, because what we do as humans is we take the reference point from the past and we're going to make it a little bit better future than what we know from yesterday, right? Or even 5 minutes ago. A little bit better, right? But Spirit has good for you beyond your present human comprehension. God has mighty and magnificent good in store for you in your life. That's the great news. Are you open? Yeah. Okay. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you receptive? Yeah. Then follow those spiritual breadcrumbs left by the divine. Have faith and trust the process. We are in the flow, you are in the flow, and closer to your radiant magnificence than you have imagined. So feel that good energy pouring in and lifting you up. It's like, imagine the best possible outcome for all, right? For yourself and your life. And it's time to dance your way joyously through this day. There is good for me, and I ought to have it. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. Oh, it's so good. When I listen with my inner ear and look with my inner vision, I become receptive to my own internal divine guidance system. I'm connected to infinite intelligence, which knows everything, and easily guides and directs me to my next highest and best good. This is true for all of us in our individual lives, right? Our greater yet to be. And so we follow the spiritual breadcrumbs and trust the universe. And it is a beautiful thing. So every word that we speak, every word that you speak is a mental equivalent, meaning it's the mold that you're placing to be filled with a divine substance, right? And so there's a spiritual protoplasm that's going to come in and fill that mold and make it so in your life. So every word we speak is a mental equivalent, which leads me to say, know your what, and do not be moved. Do not be moved. Know your what, and do not be moved. So, wrapping it up, Nehemiah heard the news about Jerusalem, surrendering his comfortable place, his palace life, and stepped into that call, right? And that was his first act of surrender, letting go of what was safe, right? And every time the adversaries tried to pull him down, he would say, I'm doing a great work, I cannot come down. And this is a metaphysical story, right? Not a literal. For our purpose, I'm doing a great work, I cannot come down. I know my what, and I will not be moved. I know my what, I will not be moved by the false, thoughts, the negative thinking, the distractions that are saying, you can't, you won't, it's not happening. Do not be moved. Do not be moved. I will not be moved. That's surrender in action. So we cannot be led by spirit if we keep coming down from what God has given us to do. So surrendering means choosing to remain focused on that wall so we can actually hear and follow Spirit's voice instead of every voice trying to pull you down. So this is, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. God is a genius, okay? Now, in case you hadn't noticed. So the question I have for you to contemplate this week is, what's trying to pull you down? What's trying to pull you down from the work that Spirit has given you to do? What is trying to pull you down? Remember, the walls were finished in 52 days because Nehemiah refused to come down. What could Spirit build through us in this next season if we stopped descending into distraction? All right, so the invitation this week is to identify one place where group mind is trying to bring you down, or some, whatever that herd mentality, right? And then surrender it to Spirit. Surrender it. Surrender it to Spirit and stay on the wall, right? That great work is waiting. Know your what and do not be moved. Know your what and do not be moved. I invite you to repeat after me. I know my what, and I will not be moved. How's that feel? Right? It's powerful. All right, my friends. And the last sentence that I have here is Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living is a dynamic, powerful organization making an impact on countless lives. We are doing a great work and we cannot come down. And so it is. Let's take a deep breath together. And join me in turning your attention inward with me. And listen to the sound of that gong taking us to that deep space. It's the space where I know and remember with every fiber of my being that Spirit is all that there is. It is all that there ever was, and it is all that there ever will be. And it is here right now, expressing itself in me, as me, through me, in, as, and through each one of us. Spirit is alive. Spirit is the divine principle that is in us always. We can never be separate. Never. Only in our thinking. And as we recognize this, right here, right now, from this moment forward, I know and claim for each of us that we are like Nehemiah on that wall, firm in our understanding and belief of our calling. And we know we are doing a great work and cannot come down. Meaning, I will not be moved by doubt. I will not be moved by lack. I will not be moved by thoughts of dis-ease. I will not be moved by fear. I will not be moved by illusion. I remember who I am. And this is so true for each one of us right now. And as we go forward into the rest of this week and the rest of June, we experience surrender in a different way than we have before, because it's actually surrendering false thoughts or errors in thinking or negative thoughts, surrendering that to the divine, to allow the divine to step in and fill our minds, illuminate our minds with truth. All my needs are met. I have everything I need. Life is amazing. I am in the right and perfect relationship right now. I am abundant and prosperous. Everything is working out for the highest and best good of all involved. And so much more. I'm experiencing wholeness. I am experiencing love, so that even in the midst of our humanness, we have an experience of the divine idea for our lives. And that is powerful. That is mighty and magnificent. I do not allow myself to be intoxicated by fear or doubt or worry. I know my what, and I will not be moved. And I am so grateful for this. I'm so grateful for this truth. I know that it's a powerful and mighty experience for all of us. And so with great gratitude, I now release my word into the law where I know it is so, and so it is. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
This song's called Lead Me Where I'm Led from Gary Lynn Floyd. I am stable and secure. I surround myself with joy. I take care of my well-being. Cosmic vibes got me singing. I am stable and secure. I am stable and secure. I surround myself with joy. I take care of my well-being. Cosmic vibes got me singing. I am stable and secure. From the soles of my feet to the top of my head, when the flow is complete, I will go where I'm led. Lead me where I'm led. Karen says I'm too stressed, oh, to be stressed. Wow. Karen says I'm too blessed to be stressed. Eddie says I am the place where God shows up. Jamie says love is my religion, helps me make my own decision to be stable and secure. From the soles of my feet to the top of my head, when the flow is complete, I will go where I'm led. Lead me where I'm led. Karen says I'm too blessed to be stressed. Eddie says I am the place where God shows up. Jamie says love is my religion, helps me make my own decision to be stable and secure. From the soles of my feet to the top of my head. When the flow is complete, I will go where I'm led. Lead me 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 where I'm led. All right. Thank you.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah. Amazing. All right, friends. It's now time for our conscious giving. Will our ushers please come forward? Cool. All right. Today we have BJ and Jen. Let's give them some love for being in service. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so if you forgot your checkbook or your cash or your credit, whatever, if you forgot your stuff, you can scan the QR code on the back of the program and make your donation that way. If this service has inspired you in any way, I invite you to consider making a donation to our community so that we can continue to do this great work that we're doing here in the community of transformation. And for those of you tuning in on the live stream, you can make a donation by going to paypal.me/awakeningways. Now we have a giving affirmation, and I invite you to take your gift and place it over your heart, or if you already gave online, you can take your hand and place it over your heart, and please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world. It does great work in the world. And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you.
Sing with me, Awakening Ways. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me. Oh, is my guitar not on? Is it there? No? It is there? God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Big finish right here. God gives everything I need. One more time. God gives me everything I need.
Oh, all right. So let's just take a moment, one more moment here. And I give thanks for the gifts in this basket. I give thanks for the generous giving of the givingness of this community, because I know that these gifts really do offer healing and transformation, not only to ourselves, but really our whole community and our world. We are doing great work here. And so I give thanks for this, knowing that the good is already happening and continues. And with that, I can release my word of truth into that law, letting it go, and together we say, and so it is.
All right, so we have some children with us today, and we see Paula and Jessica. Is that right, Jessica? Yeah, give them a little march. Wow, how cool is this? Yay! Hi, honey, thank you. Okay, get on the
Hi,
center there.
everyone. My
get
name is
over there.
Jessica, and Paula was outside working with the kids today. We had to improvise, or she had to improvise. Sonia wasn't here today, so just kind of listening to what everything Reverend Elizabeth had to say today, I was just telling Paula that the Spirit led her today to be prepared and just to come up with all of this spontaneously. She had a book in her car. She read the kids Dear Pope Francis, and the book is basically about children writing to Pope Francis and him answering letters to the kids. And I'm like, well, what are the odds for you to have this in your car? For you to have snacks in your car? And she even had a stone for the kids' gifts. And it's like, Paula, you missed the talk, but it was about all of this, how Spirit wanted you to do this today, So you were just amazing. So thank you, Paula. And yeah, thank you. And Xander, and I think Lailani's her name. She had to leave early, but her affirmation for today was, we're all beautiful. And Xander's affirmation,
we are kind and we are loved. We all can be kind. You know this is you.
Archie, would you like to say one or no? Okay. And I just want to say that when we're asking them about these affirmations, they're either decide to keep it to themselves, or Xander, he said he didn't want to share it until he come up here. So it's just like a surprise for us to hear it. So I just want to thank you all, and yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Xander. Thanks, Archie. All right. Now, wow. Our youth. These are our future. Woo. Thank you. And let's give some more love to Paula and Jessica. All right, it's now time for our announcements. And our announcements angel for today is the one, the only, Nancy Van Tessel. Woo! Take it away, my friend. Whoa. Thank you.
Hello, lovely, enlightened souls. Good morning. Since there are many ways to keep up with all of our happenings here at Awakening Ways, there's e-news, info tables, and more. I'm going to highlight this week's upcoming events. Today, right after the service, will be the monthly Divine Sparkles Wisdom Circle. So please stay and enjoy this loving circle of sharing your insights, wisdom, and questions. This afternoon is Slow Trans Pride in the Park from 1 to 6 at Meadow Park. Come out and support our presence as we are sponsoring a booth there in Slow. Remember, this Tuesday evening, the Money Mastery class with Reverend Elizabeth is a year-long monthly class supporting a deeper shift in your prosperity consciousness. This class is on Zoom from 6 to 7, and it's never too late to join in. So please do, you're invited. You may have heard that this fall, we're launching the Wisdom Well workshops and inviting members of our community to donate their time and talents by leading fun, inspiring workshops between August 26th and March of 2027. These community-led workshops create opportunities to learn, connect, and grow together while raising funds for Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living. Applications are being accepted now.
That's supposed to invite me up, so here I am.
Oh.
And now we invite Reverend Elizabeth up. Yay! Hello. Wow. Oh, he threw his little stone. So Wisdom Well workshops. So today is the last day to submit your application, but if you have something, I'm going to give you the rest of this week, all right? We want to hear from you. I know a few of you had some ideas, but maybe haven't turned in the application just yet. There's applications over on the table here with all the other events and the info table there. And, I know there's somebody who's going to do a poetry workshop, and then we have just a lot of amazing ideas so far. We have Reverend Susan's going to do, what's yours called? You have a title for it. Having a sensible holiday, and it's about staying grounded with your five senses, during the holiday season. Beautiful. And then we have an Infinite Possibilities workshop presented by Lori, and there's about 8 total. So I was thinking that Tom and Jim may want to do an Enneagram something. That would be awesome. So anyway, this is an opportunity for you to share your wisdom with the community, and we'll raise a little money for Awakening Ways as well. I'll be available after the service if you have any questions. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And thank you to all who volunteered last Thursday for the Echo meal night. Your love and presence was greatly appreciated. We still have the Science of Mind magazine, which features Awakening Ways, Center for Spiritual Living, and Reverend Elizabeth for the Goodness Campaign. Pick up your copy today for $12 at the back table and check us out. You can also pick a copy of the Book of the Month, Outrageous Openness, Letting the Divine Take the Lead by Tasha Silver for just $10. Okay, let's celebrate all of our volunteers and staff for making it possible.
All right, thank you. Let's circle up for our benediction and call in a response.
Check, check. Hey, Natalie. It's so good to see you. Woo!
All right, my friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always. And all that we ever need to do is turn within, and it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is everywhere.
Life is everywhere.
I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I express it. I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Woo!
Something wonderful, people. Thank you so much for this day. I love you. I love you. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. All this love inside, all this love happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful. Woo! Thank you so much. Bless you, Awakening Ways. All right. I release what I can know. I open up to my soul. Led by spirit. No more forcing, no more fear. Love's and love's here. Synchronicity lights the way. We say yes and we let it down. Led by spirit, let it flow. Reverend Elizabeth, here we go. We surrender, we believe.
Can you hear me?